Hello and welcome to the first edition of the Hockey Republic. My good name is Njuguna and we are coming to you live from Highway Audiovisual Studios right here, and they are our sponsors for today. I'm not alone. I'm with my good friends Simon Mwangi and Denis Owoka. Coach of the Year, Premier League HockeyKe Awards. Karibuni sana, gentlemen. We have a lot to talk. The league starts next weekend. But let us begin with just a recap of how the previous league went. And let me start with you, Coach Denis. How was it in your perception?
It was quite a competitive league. If you look at the first four matches for season 2019, we had teams like Western Jaguars and Parklands. They really started off strongly, and we guys were really worried, like, how is it going to end? We had team like Wazalendo, which the youngsters had matured quite well, so we knew they were going to perform very well. Butali was there, Butali Warriors, well prepared, and they had big signings coming in, and that was going to be their season. We had the Kenya Police, who had some problems before the season started, so it was a really low point for them when the league started, but overall the league was quite competitive. Yep, and we hope this season also it will be the same.
Okay. Simon, you also coached at some point.
Not at some point.
You've decided to hang your boots.
Well, I've decided to take some rest.
Okay.
And then, God willing, I get another team. I continue.
Okay.
Yeah. I did not have a good time with KU. We struggled quite a lot. Avoided relegation by a whisker, but the Super League was very competitive. If you look especially at the top four teams, especially from second position to fourth position, the gap was too close. In fact, I think MSC went to Premier League based on goal difference alone. So that was a very competitive league. And also, if you look at all the leagues, Butali broke the record. I think Denis is the last person to win the league unbeaten with the armed forces. That is 1990? Or was it
6? I think it was 6.
No, so it should be 2002.
Yeah. So if you look at that, it's almost 2 decades. So that's a record. We also had Blazers and Jquat, who also won the league unbeaten. So it shows you that the level of the sport is growing. And it was also good to see, also at the business end, when the league was coming to an end, how teams were neck to neck trying to avoid relegation, others trying to seek qualification. So overall, it was an amazing league, and we hope for another good one this season. Yeah.
Good. I want us to quickly look at the league, how it went, and I want us to just begin with the Premier League men. Butali finished with 48 points, of course unbeaten, as you had mentioned, followed by Wazalendo, who lost 4 games with 36 points. The third one is Police. We are used to having Kenya Police coming second, and then the rest falling into place. And then what is shocking is Sikh Union and Parklands. Not really surprised about Parklands, but Sikh Union, I don't know. Denis, maybe you can say, what went wrong? Because out of 18 games, they only managed to win 1.
Sikh Union, okay, that was surprising.
Yes.
We thought maybe they would be somewhere mid of the table because they have very experienced players, young players also.
Yeah.
You look at Talano, very experienced. Very
George, not George, but Wangwe, what's his name? Frank's younger brother.
Yeah, you look at Des Onangwe.
Yes.
Okay, he was down with injury for quite a long period. So maybe that's why they didn't get the goals they needed, because Des Onangwe is quite a good finisher. Yeah, but again, you look at teams like Strathmore. Yeah, at one point we thought they would be relegated. They survived the last 2 games, probably. That was quite surprising because they have very young players. But I can't really blame the coach, because the
turnover.
The university schools, 4 years, you develop a player. By the time he gets to the peak, he has to go. So you have to start over fresh again. It's not an easy task.
But I'm getting worried because they have been moving from the last season, if I'm not wrong, Simon will correct me on this.
The top half of the table.
They were on the top half of the table, but slowly they have been coming down, which has been a worry. Yeah. Could it be something that we need to, Coach Senge needs to look into?
Coach Senge is quite experienced, and he's always picking the best from schools. But still, that's a problem. You develop players. Players nowadays are not as mature as the days of Frank Wanangwe, of days of Mutira, Yugesa, Alano. Those are guys who came from high school and they were already matured. They went into the league straight and they were beating guys, top teams, or losing to Strathmore. Nowadays, they recruit from schools, but there's a problem.
Okay. So Sikh Union Parklands moved down to the Super League. And of course, we move on to the next one, which is, let us look at the Super League, which is the next take that we have. Who do we have here? We have Park Road Mombasa Sports Club. Quite an impressive season they had. Also started with a struggle. Simon, if you can come in here.
The Super League was quite interesting. The second season of the Super League, a newly formed league. If you look at the Super League, basically these are sub-part teams. They are basically Premier League 2 teams. Because you look at the likes of Park Road, MSC, KCA, Vita, those are Premier League clubs. And it was quite interesting to see how the competition turned out. If you look at Park Road, the first leg, 100% record, kept most clean sheets, scored the most goals. The second leg, I think they started getting tired, drawing some games. They lost one away to Nakuru. But the shock of the season to me was Mombasa Sports Club.
Yes.
The previous season, that is the 2018 season, they were almost relegated.
Yes.
If you remember.
Their last game was actually the killer on it. For them.
Yes. And you look at this season, they made a couple of signings. The team gelled. Now they're in the Premier League. KCA,
neither here nor there.
I think KCA need to have a serious look at their squad. They have a good team, but you see hockey is a squad game. So at times they struggled, especially when they got suspensions and injuries. So they should look to recruit. I hope they have recruited. Because KCA is a strong team. Even you look at how they play, they're supposed to play in the Premier League, not in the Super League.
I keep wondering, did the exit of Godi cause this? Because when he was there, the team was a bit stable. But the moment he left for Park Road, then that's when the ball was dropped.
He's a big player. He was also influential for Park Road. Most of the goals that Park Road got came from Godwin. So it's a big miss for KCA. Also, another factor you need to consider is their coach took over another team. So probably it caused some disruption in his training schedule.
Probably the transition
from
having a different coach and losing one of their
key players.
Could have been a factor. But being an institutional side, they have all the time to practice, they have a pitch, they don't have these problems that self-supporting clubs have.
That's true.
So still, it's quite weird why they didn't really perform that.
Good. Let us look the bottom league. These are the boys who are going to now play in the National League. And let's start with Bungoma. This is a team that is close to my heart. There's something about, and this is a warning to Park Road and Mombasa Sports Club. The moment you move to the Premier League, that's a different ball game. And that's the thing that happened to Bungoma. When they moved here, because they had a very impressive season in 2018, 2019. Came top of the league, started on a very high note, as you mentioned on your opening remarks regarding the league. Only managed to get four wins out of 22 games. What's your take, Dennis?
Bungoma. When they qualified for the Super League, they had too much oomph. They really believed they were there. They really performed well in the National League. But then they forgot that the Super League is quite different. We have seasoned clubs here like Park Road, like Mombasa Sports Club, like Mvita. You look at Nakuru Athletics. These are teams which have been there for forever. And so they know what the league is. But Bungoma, it's a new team. Yeah, actually heard about Bungoma Farmers the other season, the previous season. All the way through, they were winning. They came here expecting that it would be the same, but too bad for them. Maybe they'll go back to the
drawing board
and see how they come back.
Yeah. I know so finances was a big issue because many a times they used to struggle coming for games, and most of the time they used to reach in Nairobi at in the morning, go straight to the pitch, play the games, and you and I know what the effect.
That's a problem for most of the teams. Most of the teams.
Yeah.
Like 75% of the teams, they go through tough. They don't have the money to like run the league, so it's from the pocket. Travel overnight, play in the morning, travel back. They can't even afford accommodation and even meals in town, so it's not a Bungoma farmers problem.
Yeah.
And before we go to the next section, there's something you also need to consider.
Yeah.
The National League is usually a one-leg tournament. League.
Yes.
But now the Super League,
you have to play home and away. Yeah.
So basically the National League is like a gamble. When you lose a game, that's it. When you win, so probably Bungoma Farmers, as you said, they had the This is a new league. We are coming in. We have all the right players. They won the league. Okay. But now the second season is now, the honeymoon is over. Now you have to work hard for it.
Okay. Yeah. And it has to be home and away.
Yeah.
Let us look into the Women's League. And I want us to start with the Premier League women. Blazers, and I must be very careful here because they are former Telkom. Finished the league with 38 points, winning 12, which is unusual for Blazers, I must say this. Didn't lose any, but drew. And bottom of the league is KU and JKUAT. I don't want Simon to talk on this because I want you, Dennis, where did he go wrong?
I think you should tell us.
No. You say where he went wrong.
I can't really about KU because they really have quality players.
Okay.
All players coming out of KU to join other clubs are top performers. They're really doing well. So when they ask KU, maybe Simon will tell us later. For the Super League women, Premier League women, I would talk more about Lakers. Surprise team.
Okay.
Yeah.
From nowhere. Lakers.
Yes.
Beating Blazers 2-0, formerly Telkom. Until the last few minutes of the game when Telkom were able to recover to make it drove 2-2. Any team that was going to play Lakers in Kisumu was getting worried because you don't get any points from Kisumu.
Yeah.
They struggle a bit coming to City Park because maybe the AstroTurf and stuff like that. Most of them, that was their first time playing in the Astro. But still, they got enough points from City Park. And they got most points they got also from Kisumu. So young girls, unknown, never seen before, never heard of before. They still had girls in schools. They had about 5 or 6 players coming from schools, Signolo girls, to come and play.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here they were competing for the top honors.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the statistics about them. They conceded 14 goals, which was roughly one goal per match. 6 clean sheets, which is a good one. They had away, they had 3 wins, 1 draw, and no loss, which is very impressive for a team that starts at away, playing away, especially on AstroTurf, as you've said. Home, they had 2 wins, drew 5, and lost 3, which is something that is also very impressive. Simon can tell us about his team now.
Well, I have to correct you there. I was not coaching the women's team. We had another coach for the team. But one thing that I can say, having coached a public university for, I can say 2.5 seasons, it's a different ball game from a club. You know, a club, at least you have these players who come in regularly to train. But for a university, it's different. You have to consider things like they have classes, late classes, they are preparing for exams.
Semesters
are different, you know. And then there's this aspect of strikes. You know, in our public universities, they can strike anytime. So the training is quite tricky. And then you have these players who are making a transition from high school hockey to club hockey, which is a very, very big leap. And it takes them time. And as Denis said, by the time you are building the team, then they are being phased out. So it's very difficult to have a consistent team.
Okay.
Because if you look at the KU men, they've never really recovered from the transition that won the National League back then, so that they go to the Premier League. Yeah, but right now they are building a good team, and hopefully the women can also do the same. I've seen that they've signed a couple of players. I think one is from Strathmore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Let's look at the Super League women. So DFG Wolverines are going up together with Leonas. Your take, Simon?
I think I'll have to give Godwin and Denis a hearty hand clap for what they've done with DFG Wolverines. Because this is a team that I think their second season won the league. And you look at how competitive
It was.
it was.
Yeah.
Actually, their main challengers were not even Leonas. It was University of Nairobi.
Yes, very troublesome.
Yes.
I watched some of those matches Sunday morning.
Yeah.
They were not an easy team to beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What messed up University of Nairobi is that draw they got.
Okay.
A 0-0 draw with no points.
Okay.
I think they got punished, a point deduction basically,
Okay.
because they missed
There's
a game they missed
because they had to
Yes.
go for Kusa.
for
Yes.
Kusa.
Yes.
So if they had won that game, a big if, who knows?
Yeah, they could have made a difference because
Yes.
if you add, maybe they could have been a 30
Yeah.
second,
Yeah.
and they could have made it to
They
the
could have made
women's
it. Yes.
Premier League.
Leonas also a big surprise. It's an academy actually, very young girls. They are also following in the footsteps of the likes of Lakers. And you've seen, I think their first season,
Yes,
they are going to the
league already.
Yeah. Now, what they need to be careful is Premier League is a very, very competitive league.
Yeah.
And they need to get a bit of experience in the team so that they can be able to compete in the highest level. But one team that also shocked me was Mombasa Sports Club. They had more wins away
Then at home.
yeah.
Let's quickly look at it before we can move on to something else. They had what?
See.
8 clean sheets.
Yeah.
Away they had 3 wins.
Sorry, they had more points.
They had more points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good, but surprising. It's also a good statistic considering what they go through, like any other team that is traveling to Nairobi.
Yeah.
3 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss.
Yeah.
From away, that is a good one.
Yeah.
Maybe what they need to do is now to make sure that they reduce on their losses and convert them to wins. Yeah, because it's something that is really disturbing them.
And playing on grass, and no teams actually practice on grass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe I can't even mention. In the Super League, do we have any other teams playing on grass? No. I think it's only Mombasa.
It's only Mombasa Sports Club
They should be able to take advantage of that and win points
when they are away.
And also, having a look at it, they are a local club. Basically, they can be able to train together.
Okay.
And they have the pitch readily available.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Let's quickly shift gears and we talk about HockeyKe Awards. Tell us, how was it being the first one?
Well,
The first of its kind.
Yeah.
it was an interesting project. Actually, it's a thought we've been having as HockeyKe all these awards. And we are proud to have had them. We had them recently, 1st of Feb. And I'm glad at least we have one of the award winners.
Yes.
In Denis, he won Coach of the Year. It had 6 categories, that is for the 5 leagues and also the Coach of the Year. It's the first time we are seeing such a thing in Kenyan hockey.
Okay.
And we hope to improve as we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. That is a good one. Finally, Butali and Blazers never made it to AACC, the African Club Championships. Denis, I know you left. 2 seasons now, they have not gone.
Yep.
3 seasons.
3. Yeah, 3.
Yes, 3.
3.
You've not, because the other, yes, the other one,
season
yes, they finished second, yes. Finance, what's going on?
Yeah, one, you could put it down to finance. But again, there are times when maybe the sponsor is willing to finance, but the players are not available. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you asking a player to take, most of these hockey players have different jobs. Yeah? Hockey is, they do hockey for fun, maybe after work. So you asking someone to maybe get a 2-week or a month or a month's leave just to prepare for this one event. At times it's never easy. Because, during the year you have things to do, the family things. You get sick, you need to get leave days off.
Okay.
So to accumulate those 30 days at the end of the year for hockey championships, at times it's not easy.
Okay.
Yeah, because we had one time when the sponsor was really willing to take the guys there, but then half the team
Was
yes,
not
couldn't
available.
leave.
Okay.
And
Good.
there's been situations also where the sponsor just said, okay, there's no money to take you. Yeah.
Good. I know for Blazers, they even have a fine of 100,000.
Yeah, 1,000
1,000
euros.
US dollars to pay. Euros, eh?
That's around, let's say, 110.
Okay. Good. Let's take a break. When we come back, we get to talk about more about sports.